What's up, y'all? It's TTC, aka the ThunderConductor, and we back for another YouTube video and Twitch stream. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And if you're on Twitch, make sure you follow and ring the bell. I got something really special for y'all today. It's not a question, but it's just a deck tech review on something really spicy. Like, this deck is fucking crazy. It's from our submission. It is Oops All Spell cEDH, led by Ezio Arte de Friense. I had to do a live review of this deck because this thing is fucking awesome. This is a deck submission submitted by the Master Transmuter. He just submitted it through our deck submissions website, and if you're actually interested in getting your deck reviewed and rated, just please check that out in the bio. But with that being said, I gotta get straight into this. This is a live recording. I have no idea what to expect with this. Starting off with the commander, it is Ezio Auditor de Fierze. If you know how to pronounce that better, let me know. Okay, Menace for a colorless and a black. It has Menace. Assassin spells you cast have free running and double black. You may cast spells as though it's free running cost. If you dealt combat damage to a player this turn with a assassin or commander, whenever Ezio deals combat damage to a player, you may pay Wooburg. If that player has 10 or less life, when you do, that player loses the game. So with the Oops All Spells version of this deck, my first guess is that this commander is more for colors than actually being something that, you know, like the commander's ability. Because if you go to the creatures, like, I'm not seeing any assassins. Like, yeah, at least I'm seeing zombies and all these other shenanigans. Yeah, no assassins. So we're not worried about Ezio's ability. Maybe be a blocker, maybe put some pressure. Maybe if the game goes long, it'd be cool to have that Wooburg open to kill the person, and I can see that happening like in longer stacked style games, but we're not. I don't think we're looking to just blatantly lean on this ability. Okay, so what Master Transmuter, we're gonna call him Transmuter, what Transmuter said is, when it comes to the gameplay, he said the Mulligans aim for hands that can produce some sort of outcome, whether that's winning with a Ballastard Spy turn 2 or looking for looping wheels after gaining a mana advantage. The hands are pretty difficult to just say, hey, fetch this hand or fetch this land, when the hands are highly variable, but very likely I stay above 5 cards in the hands plus card draw. Okay, and when he says Ballastard Spy, let's see what this is. Okay, Ballastard Spy, Vampire Rogue, 2/3 for 3 colors for black, flying. When Balustrade Spy enters, target player reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a land card, then puts those cards into their graveyard. It's a 2/3. Okay, what am I missing? Oh, get the fuck out of here. Okay, this is good. All right, so this is a Oops All Spells deck. And so what we'll do this, okay, I see. This creature enters the battlefield and basically it just reveals your whole deck out because you don't have any traditional lands. Okay, all right, this is cool. All right. And so we're looking to do wheels as well. So I'm guessing it will be FCC, a Wheel of Fortune, a Windfall, a Time Twister, Wheel of Misfortune. We're running all 4 of the wheels. All right, so we're basically looking to push for crazy wins. Like with this Balustrade Spy, I'm guessing that we're running like all the black rituals we have to be. Yeah, I'm seeing Cabal Ritual, Dark Ritual, Culling Ritual, Culling the Weak. Damn, yeah, we're seeing everything. Yeah, we're seeing everything here, dude. We're seeing everything under the sun. We've seen all the black rituals. Are we running the red rituals for like Rite of Flame? Yep. Are we on Jessica's Will as well? I'm interested. No, we're not on Jessica's Will because we're probably never casting our commander. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and we mostly need black mana because the deck is built around that Balustrade Spy. Okay, that makes sense. I'm actually interested to do a quick land count. I know we can't see the traditional land count, or actually maybe I can. Go down here. They're counting the lands, but I need them to give me a land count. I'm just gonna count them old-fashioned way. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 13, 14. Whoa, wait. Is this only have 14 lands in it? Maybe I missed some. Hold on. Maybe I missed some. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. What the? Yo, that's crazy. What? 14 lands? And I know we're running a lot of ramp, but yo, this is crazy. No, this is actually crazy. No, this is actually crazy. Okay, hold on. This is crazy, dude. I'm gonna wait to do mulligans, but this is really interesting. Okay, we'll keep going. Okay, so mulligans seems to be, of course, its own hurdle. Big thing is stacks. That's what I'm saying. With a 14 land list, I mean, even with the temporary mana from this, that just seems crazy. And I'm just thinking, like, where am I missing the mana? Because it's saying we have a lot more mana production than. Yeah, no. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not tweaking. I'm not fucking tweaking. It is 14 lands because this is 4 out of 14 lands produced. That's the black. Nah, technically, this is crazy. Technically, his mana base can produce enough mana to cover his percentages. Yeah, okay. 3 7-drops. These are all MDFCs. Then we have 2 permanents with red mana of 6. That's MDFC. Echoes of Eon. Oh, it's another wheel. And Bolas' Citadel. Okay. All right. Pinnacle Monk and Force of Will. Okay. Balustrade Spies are 4. That's really our gold creature. And then we have just other rituals. We, of course, have Culling ritual to help us push that out. And we have Dread Return, notably. To return targets, some reanimation. We can sack 3 creatures. That's how we get our Thoracle back out. More MDFCs and a free Mindbreak Trap. Okay. MDFCs can count it as a land, I guess. Molten Gatekeeper. I've never seen this card. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Molten Gatekeeper deals 1 damage to each opponent. Okay, I'm interested to see the line with that. Okay. Poxwalkers, Simian Spirit Guide, more ramp, Spellseeker, probably to get your rituals, to go get your things. Undercity Informer. Okay. Valley Flood Caller. I'm guessing we're on Necro as well. If we're no, we're not. We're only on Bridge from the below. One of the non-token creatures. This is some part of some combo. Yeah, Bridge from below has to be part of some combo. I think this was banned in Modern, if I believe correctly. Let's see. Yeah, it was banned in Modern for some reason. It had some combo. That was ridiculous. Bridge from below combos. Nah, he's not running any of these cards. This had some synergy. I'm not sure. It says whenever a non-token creature is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, if Bridge from Below is in your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. When a creature is put into an opponent's graveyard from the battlefield, if Bridge from Below is in your graveyard, exile Bridge from Below. I guess this lets you, once you mill your library, you can basically put more creatures into your graveyard, onto the battlefield for your Dread Return. Maybe. Okay. Makes nice. Poxwalkers. This is another way to cast a spell where it puts onto the battlefield. This is more of a dread return. Okay. Undercity Informer. Target player reveals cards on top of his or her library until he reveals a land card. Put those cards into his or her graveyard. Oh, so Undercity Informer is just another copy of Balustrade Spy, and this one basically says there's the 4th mana and you sack itself. Target player reveals cards on the top of his or her library until he or she reveals a land card, puts those cards into his or her graveyard. And so basically, yeah, you'll never ever reveal a land card. You just mill your deck. Notably, this sucks if someone deflecting swats you, but it's like, you gotta make them have it. Fuck it. Academics, MDFCs, Mean Betrayal, Praetor's Grasp, all this makes sense. Savine's Wreck. Right, we have a wheel. It would seem interesting to reset your library, but I can see this being graveyard hate. Reset your own library if you get stopped for some reason, or if like it's just not feasible for you to win or whatever not, or even more just to have a wheel. Wheels are just great for deep mulligans, and you can literally just say, all right, I can mold down to 3 and have like land fast mana, or maybe 3 or 4 where you just land fast mana, dark ritual, and then a wheel. You can easily push off these early wheels, and so you don't mind reshuffling your graveyard. These are some more wheels. Even Wheel of Misfortune. We're on that rock side energy. Okay. 2 drops. More ways to get creatures out the graveyard for our dread return. This is notably that Narcomoeba is that when it's put into your graveyard from your library, you may put it into play. This is notably a way to feed the dread return, because notably you need 4 creatures. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Flashback by sacrificing 3 creatures. So you have usually in Legacy, I believe, you have 3 of these in your library. You just want to keep them in there, and then they'll all just come back to play. You flashback, direct return. This can be really explosive. Okay, we have Orcish Bowmasters, of course, Snapcaster Mage. Okay, Thassa's, Volatile Storm Drake. Okay, Demonic Tutor, Lightly Dirge, more reanimations and tutors. Okay, Neoform, Shatter Skull Smashing, more NDFCs. We are Brain Freeze, and notably, we are Breach deck as well. Cabal Red, Final Fortune. We've got some instant speed shenanigans going on. We're not on Born because we're not on Necro either, but we are on Valley Flood Caller. I'm interested on that inclusion. That's interesting. So we are on Valley Flood Caller, but we're not on Born Upon the Wind. I'm interested if he's doing that because I don't think he's on the Valley Flood Caller Infinite Mana line. Let me check this. Into the flood mob. No. He's not on that combo. This may literally just be because his combo, his finisher only requires non-creature spells, i.e. being Dread Return or Savine's Reclamation. Like you don't really care. You just either need 5 mana or 3 creatures, which isn't impossible when you're doing stuff like you got LED on board or whatever not. Okay. I am not mad at that. Okay. Volatile Storm Drake. This is an interesting include. I usually see this more as a piece that is for control decks, but I'm guessing it's removal. Oh, because it's removal. Because when it enters, you don't have to pay the energy. So this is another way to get rid of stacks pieces, which kind of taps into the weaknesses of our deck. Okay. Brain Freeze, all this ramp. Memories Journey notably says you can flash back to for a green. Target player shuffles up to 3 cards from his or her graveyard to their library. So just another way to get that Thassa's out the graveyard to win with Thassa's. Seedtime is spicy. Okay. I've actually never seen cEDH or any deck run this before, but it's Seedtime, colorless and green. Play Seedtime only during your turn and take an extra turn after this one if an opponent played a blue spell this turn. And if he's expecting high interaction, he knows he can leverage Seedtime to take an extra turn. Okay. I would question at that point, would it be, since you're in 5 colors, you have other options that I need, like chance. Ooh. You have like chance for glory, for example. This could, but granted, it's 3 mana, but then you also have last chance and warriors. Both. These are all like options that you can take in order to like get that same effect, but then you're not really contingent on your opponent taking the extra turn. So I would say I personally would run those over this, but because you're not really running it, and I like the fact that it's instant speed. But I'm interested. Are you doing this because you're on the Elvish Spirit Guide? You know what I'm saying? But you're on the Semi Spirit Guide. Like, maybe is it because your dork package? Maybe because you have these are Woolberg dorks. This one makes red. This one only makes green though. Okay, and you're on Ragnar. So you have technically 1, 2, 3, even with the Tinderwall. I think, take this as a grain of, no, I actually seriously think there may be, even though Seedtime is super spicy, I think there may be a universe where you can make this one switch out because you can only use it during your turn. So it's already kind of sorcery speed, even though it's not sorcery speed. You know, most times you require, your opponents are required to pop off a blue spell. So I guess if you're playing right, if you're expecting a mystical tutor, you can pop this off in like after they mystical tutor when you're in step, but it's kind of like, and you know, I'm not sure how. I'm worried about consistency with this one, and I would personally do last chance, especially since like we going back to the dork package. You're all but one of your dorks, i.e. being Noble Hierarch, make red mana. All these other red mana dorks make red mana. Let's see. Okay. Notably, no clones thus far. Like, we haven't seen a Phyrexian Metamorph, or not even, I don't think we're even running Ranger Captain, so there's really no reason to run Mockingbird. But who needs clones where you can just say fuck everybody else? Yeah, a lot of reanimation as well. I'm starting to see the reasoning for the Snapcast for Mage as well. That makes sense. Okay. All right. We look at these. Ramp, Arcane Sydney, Defense Grid's great. I can see just like, I can definitely see how this list got hurt with the banning of Mana Crypt, because I can easily see a mug down low enough where I just go turn 1 Mana Crypt Defense Grid. But where it lost a lot with this recent banning, I think the recent printing of Modern Horizons 3 was amazing for this list. Namely the NDFCs that were brought from the set. If you look, like, I don't know if this deck was possible like even just 6-12 months ago, because you got Bogart Trawler, like all these are Modern Horizon 3 cards. You know what I'm saying? I love fucking Pinnacle Monk. Yeah, all these are Modern Horizon 3 cards. Modern Horizon 3, notably tapped, but it gives us black and red, and that's awesome. Untapped NDFC, another untapped NDFC that I think this is Ikoria. No, Zendikar Rising, yeah. But notably, just great stuff here. And I love the included Beseech the Mirror, because it does give out both of our combo pieces, namely the Undercity Informer and our Balustrade Spy. That's hot. I really, really like that. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Guys, our 2 drops. Love the Defense Grid. Grinding Session is part of our Breach line. Only 1 talisman. That's fair. Blue, black, baby, huge. If we go back down, yeah, blue, black is huge in this list, so good choice on the talisman. The Ball Felwar Stone. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, even it's 5, we're in a 5 color list, and we have Wishclaw Talisman. I love this card. Underworld Breach. Okay. All right. And lastly, our 1 drops. We've already pretty much talked about our dorks. We're running every dork that's possible that can make a lot of mana quickly, and or Woolberg. We also have in Cabal Therapy. Name a non-land card. Target player reveals his or her hand and discards it, and all cards with the name. Flashback, sacrifice a creature. Oh, now this is a hot tech. This is ridiculous, because if we go back to, hold on, that Poxwalker's mad here. So I kind of grazed over this. Poxwalkers basically said, whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, return Poxwalkers from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Okay, so what this is really great is we can, depending on like say if it's turn 2, we go Balustrade Spy, we mill our entire library, and we know that someone mystical tutor, like the people will, I've even done this where I mystical tutor for a Force of Will, and because I don't know the combo that's coming, say I don't hit the Balustrade Spy because I think he's going to try to mill us out or whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? What you can do is that you can start off by going to Cabal Therapy, sacrifice your, what is it called? Sacrifice your Balustrade Spy, okay, to that Cabal Therapy, and then you name Force of Will. Target player reveals his or her hands and discards from it all cards with that land. So they say like, all right, Force of Will, you get the Force of Will out the hand. And so they have to choose, do I counter the Cabal Therapy, or do I just let them strip this Force of Will from my hand? And usually they'll just like let you do it because no one wants to 2-for-1 themselves. That's just not fun. You know what I'm saying? So that's impeccable. That's really impeccable. I like that. Okay. All right. Okay. You're in your bag, brother. You in your bag. I'm not going to take that away from you. Let's see. Gamble. Yep. Imperial Seal, Reanimate, Rider Flame. All these make sense. Chain of Vapor. Just rampant. Just once again, it really hurts losing that mana crypt, but it's kind of like we have Culling the Weak, Dark Ritual, Demonic Consultation, Entomb, Into the Flood Maw. Yeah, all these make sense. All of these make sense. These are all ritual spells. This is part of our Thassa's win. Entomb, I'm guessing, is because we are running a Reanimate, we can entomb our main combo pieces, Balustrade Spy, or just Thassa's Oracle altogether. You know what I'm saying? We can just hit the Thassa's Oracle, reanimate it along with the Demonic Consultation or Tainted Pact. Okay. Lightning Bolts, it's kind of hot. Into the Flood Maw, good mental misstep, Turn the Earth. This is another one flashback from the graveyard. You can choose up to 3 target cards in the graveyards. The owners of those cards shuffle them into their libraries, gain 2 life. And so, yeah, so just a way to so you don't die to milling yourself out. You can get more turn. Vampiric Tutor, Veil, some Worldly Tutor, all that looks good. Aether Vial is kind of hot. This one is something you can push out as early as turn 1. This is interesting. So you push this out early as turn 1, and you just start. This is not something you have to sink mana into, if I remember correctly. You just tap it at the beginning of your upkeep, and you put a charge counter. So on turn 1, so you can just go straight Thassa's as soon as turn 3. Yeah, and it's another way to cheat mana. Jack-o'-lantern. It is pay 1, exile from your exile Jack-o'-lantern from your graveyard, add 1 mana of any color. Like, he really is getting around that. I guess so this is a color filter then. Oh, you know, I've never actually seen Jack-o'-lantern. This is a super interesting card, namely because it basically allows him to color filter from the graveyard. That's very creative. Okay, that's nice. Okay. Soul Ring, Mana Vault, all that's cool. Carpet of Flowers, more ways to make mana. Post-ban, I'm not gonna lie, Carpet of Flowers has been fucking crazy. I've seen a lot more decks running it, and I'm starting to personally shift my play pattern so I can play around those Carpet of Flowers decks. I don't just rush out on my islands, even post-fetch. So Curse of Opulence is techie. That's techie. Whenever an opponent is attacked, create a colorless artifact. Yeah, just a gold. Notably better than treasures, because these don't have to be tapped. So it's great against I'm still playing Blind Obedience personally as an outlet and as a stacks piece and all that. I mean, fish. Notably no Ristic Study though. Okay, because I'm guessing it's because we're so turbo, we don't give a fuck about like trying to stop people, or it's just Ristic Study is just too much mana to get into that. Especially with 14 lands, it's crazy. Last, 0 drops, we got Pact, Chromox, Lion's Eye Diamond, Lotus Petal, Mox Amber. Okay. All right. We have ourselves here a deck. We definitely have here ourselves a deck. I'm not, y'all know me, I'm not quick on knocking cards or anything. But like my immediate thought is just, dude, this is really tight when it comes to land base. I'd be interested, like if you're mulliganing just for one land in a game plan. Very interested in this. Also a note, if my guy Transmuted did say, just to inform that the sideboard is all white cards because I was potentially looking to add a white package in, but I felt like it diluted the deck. And I'm guessing white package, he was possibly maybe thinking notably he's not running silence. He's not running Teferi because he's not running the Teferi 10 combo. There's no reason to draw your library. Which in general, I love this card personally, but I always know it's really slow. Smothering Tithe, it's slow for what he's trying to do. Lotho, I think will be great, but if he doesn't have it, it's not the best. If he doesn't have like the white black to push it out, then I can see why it's a nah. Mox Opal Exclusion, I think he may be smart here. If he's not going to run cards like Jeweled Anime, he might not want to run Mox Opal. Granted, he's on 16 artifacts, which is interesting. Maybe it may be worth to run Mox Opal. You know, like we're on 14 lands and they're all MDFCs. It may be dead more often. This is not going to be live on as soon as turn 1, turn 2. It may not get more light. It may not get live till turn 3 or turn 4. So, okay. No Grand Abolisher, who needs that? We got Defense Grid. And yeah, this is a really techie deck. Really techie deck. I think it's super interesting. Super interesting. I'm not gonna lie, my favorite thing about this deck is just the win con of milling ourselves out Undercity Informer and with Balustrade Spy. This is super awesome. Super awesome. Yeah, I like that. Lastly, let's see if our brother got any tags in here. Okay, Card Advantage. Fish, One Ring, great. Cheat. I guess they were cheating things into play. Very good. That's what Molten Gatekeeper's for. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield and you control, Molten does 1 damage. Each opponent, you can pay 1 and return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste, exile it at the beginning of the next end step, or if it would leave the battlefield unearthed only as a sorcery. I'm guessing this is a way to cheat it onto the battlefield. Oh, for your dance, for not the dance, but for the Dread Return. Okay, Neoform cheats into play. Poxwalkers cheats into play every time you cast any of these spells from your other hand. You put Poxwalkers back into the battlefield tapped, so you can keep using sack effects, which is really cool. Got more draw. You know, this is our wheel effects. We're running 5 wheels. Notably, this is cool because we can. Echoes of Eon is basically another copy of Time Twister because it says each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into their library, then draw 7 cards. Then you can flash back 2 colors and a blue. Yeah, so if you mill yourself out and for whatever reason something happens, you can always flash this back for basically another version of Time Twister to reset the libraries, reset your opponent's graveyards. If they're on read strategies, then you're all good. We got some hate, Cabal Therapy, Jack-O-Lantern. Got a little bit of graveyard hate, plus we're all set with those things. All right. Instant mana. We got Arcane Signet. Yeah, package we already talked about. Good package. Wish this could be larger, but I understand it's we're on 14 lands, and even I wish we could see a Mox Opal here, but I'm not mad at that. Yeah. Lost mana is Chromox. Culling Ritual, Culling the Weak. Okay. Lion's Eye, Diamond, and Tinderwall. Okay. Mana creatures. Boom. I would include mana Ragavan here, but that's neither here nor there. Needs smothering something mana. Needs something mana. Okay. Oh, they need something. So opponent with no blockers needs your commander out or Ragavan out, notably. Need your opponents to have lands in their graveyards because notably we're not running any fetches, but we're playing cEDH, so be fetches. This is tap 1, tap it, sacrifice Jack-O-Lantern, exile up to 1 target card from the graveyard. You need a target to do this. Yeah. Okay. And yeah. Okay. Notably, this can be ramped. This is interesting because you're getting your opponent's gold, but it's kind of like, you know, it is what it is. Protection. We got Defense Grid. Deflecting Swat, Fierce Guardianship, Force Negation, all this other good stuff. Interested on Force Negation because you usually, I guess because you can win at instant speed, Force Negation is useful. Okay. The Malevolent Druid include is awesome. Basically making all of your non-creature spells that basically can make them not counterable. And Pact. Okay. Recursion, a lot of recursion. We pretty much talked on all this. Later down the line, I definitely can see Snapcaster Mage being a lot really super useful, and this is cool. I like this. It's very techy, very techy. But it can hit a lot because we have such low mana spells. This is like the greatest, like in spell. Hold on. Well, yeah, this is basically the epitome of like, just get back a spell from the graveyard. My thing is though, it says when it enters the battlefield, target instant or sorcery spell you in the graveyard gains flashback until end of turn. Flashback's cost is equal to the mana value. You may cast a card from your graveyard for its flashback cost, then exile it. But notably, flashback does not give instant speed, similar to how, for example, you can't flashback Seedtime Reclamation at instant speed because it's still a sorcery. So you can't, during someone's end step, give reanimate instant speed because it's still a sorcery. Okay. Removal. Yep, literally like we said, Volatile Stormdrake is not Gilded Drake, it's removal. And it's 2 mana new removal at that can hit any size creature, which is cool. A lot of hate bears. Into the Flood Mar, love that tech. And we got Bowmasters, just a good generically powerful card. A lot of tutors. I love that he includes Demonic Consultation as a tutor, because I love doing that play line where I would decon half my library, because personally I build my list with so much resilience and like layering, so I can decon like my libraries, like for example my Esper Marnie's list, I can decon half my library away and 9.5 times out of 10 still have a way to win, unless of course you hit the card in the first 6, but yeah, that's what you're doing when you're deconning. We got Entomb as well. I believe this is Entomb. Yes. All the tutors, intuition lines notably. I'd be interested to see what it's like to play Savines, but I guess we do have those filter. We have those filter cards, for example. If we go back up to Jack-o'-lantern, you can pay 1, exile Jack-o'-lantern from your graveyard, and then add 1 mana of any color. So you can use like your Rite of Flame or your Dark Ritual or Cabal Ritual to use Jack-o'-lantern to color filter you in order to get the white mana needed for the Savines, which is how consistent that happens. I think that's a conversation that could be had about how consistent we are experiencing those types of things, but it's not here to say that it's impossible. It's more of just like, we'll see. And yeah, Worldly Tutor. Oh, we're 5 colors. Yeah, we can do all that. All right, Spellseeker is also like, I kind of graze past it, but that's also techy. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of great tutor targets for Spellseeker. Okay, win cons: Praetor's Grasp, Thassa's Oracle, and Underworld Breach. Notably, this is with Brain Freeze. So that is how we wheel our opponents out and we run all the wheels. Extra turn effects. I still kind of stand by what I said about maybe Last Chance, especially because you're on Valley Flood Caller. Maybe there's a universe where you want to also do. Maybe there's a universe you also want to run Born. I'm not exactly sure. It is a 2-mana spell, but this is a 3-mana spell. So maybe you also want Valley because you can always sack it to your Dread return. So I'd be interested. Just let me know more about that and how you like what the reason is for that. But this is still super cool. I'd be interested to see Seedtime in the game. I just got to see it. I can't knock it until I see it. I've actually never seen this card played like in a game. So I'd be very interested to see. Like, you just don't realize how many blue spells are cast during your turn, especially when people know you're so turbo. And so you're just like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get it. Okay, in our lands, we talked about this. 14 lands. It's crazy. Man. Yeah, we're going to do some test mulligans with this hand. Like, I'm not going to say I'm the best. I'm not going to be the best executor in this deck, but definitely got to see some test mulligans with this hand, man. All right. Mill strategy. We got our finishers. We also have this grinding section. We can mill ourselves out, and with the Brain Freeze to mill ourselves out and our opponents out. And then we have a Bridge from Below for token generator. That's just all it is. It's just whenever the non-token creature is put into the graveyard from play, if Bridge from Below is in your graveyard, you can put a 2/2 black zombie creature into so it has to be in your graveyard. Oh, okay. So it says whenever a non-token creature is put into your graveyard from play, if Bridge from Below is in your graveyard, you get to put a 2/2 black zombie creature. So you can start just casting spells to load up. So Bridge from Below is used in order to pop off the Dread Return. That was one of my big questions, like how are you getting enough creatures from Dredge from Below? But the thing is though, you are the Pox. The leveraging the Pox, if we go back down here, the 3 mana spells are Pox Walkers. It's going to come in and out with all the sacrifice effects and all the other shenanigans. There's some really crazy ways to like loop this, maybe not infinitely, but just enough to turn that Dread Return on. That's cool. Okay, this is a very techie piece, very creative. I love to see it in action because I just want to see it in like the consistency of having it. But I think once you get your full library into your graveyard, it should in theory be super simple. And notably, it does have that clause of when a creature is put into an opponent's graveyard from play, if Bridge from Below is in the graveyard, remove Bridge from Below from the game. So it just exiles itself. Notably, a thing that I'll say about that is that this is not a card that you're doing multiple turns. Like this is, you mill your library and you're leveraging Bridge from Below to just start putting non-token 2/2 black zombies into the play. These are not for attackers. These are for sacking to do other shenanigans. And we have a sideboard, like he brought up. He's thinking about maybe adding more of a white package, Smothering Tithe, Monologue Tax, other things to get mana. I can see where mana can just be a huge thing. I could see Tamayo just as a way to turn our Mox Amber on more often. I don't think having one white source hurts, but if we go down, we don't have any white mana production, and it's only 1% of our white. We're more of honestly a sans white deck, but we just want, I think the only white card in our list, now that I think about it, is our Savines. Yeah, I think the only white card in our list is our Savines, and that's because we're running the Intuition lines with Breach. Yeah, Savines Reclamation is our only white card in the entire list. So I'm not mad at that. Yeah, there may be some arguments because white helps with resiliency, like really a lot. There's a lot of recursion that white or white plus cards offer, but it's no biggie. This list is awesome. I really big thing as we're just doing, like we're gonna get ready and do our rating, but big thing I want to just bring up is that resiliency is a huge question that has to be answered. It has to be thought and like resiliency is big, and more of the statement that I want to say is consistency. I can see this list being disgustingly good as long as you know how to mulligan. I could see someone consistently mulling down to honestly like 3 to 5 every game they do, because they want to make sure that this deck gets to this Balustrade Spy or the other version, and we want to do that. And I don't question its viability in order to do that. The more of the thing that I'd be worried about is that 14 lands is tough. You know what I'm saying? It's really tough. And this is coming from a guy that I like to run my bare minimum. Like pre-ban was 28 lands. Post-ban, I'm more of a 29 land dude because losing Mana Crypt was tough. And so like with that being said, that's just huge. Like I can't beat around the bush. I can't beat around the bush that like this is not just a huge thing just to keep into factor. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is huge. All right. But with that being said, I'm gonna do just a few mulligans. Let's do a few mulligans and just see what this is like. And we'll say I'm gonna just roll a d8 real quick, and I'm gonna say we're going it's a 5, so we're going third, and let's see a first 7. Lotus Petal, Soul Ring. The only game we do have our Undercity Informer. This is tough. If there was one permanent source of mana, I know the Lotus Petal is cool, but we lose our this. I think we have to go to a 7, even though I love seeing the Undercity Informer. It's really cool. But the Bridge Below being in hand is kind of it's a little bad. So let's go down second 7. This one is Soul Ring again. We have an Elvish Spirit Guide that can pull out a Deathrite Shaman. This is actually interesting. Like, okay, so we do have 2 pieces of the Underworld Breach, Brain Freeze. We don't have an Enlightened Tutor of any of those time. Oh, notably, he's not running Enlightened Tutor. I don't think he can because he doesn't run a lot of white. But he's on grid. He's on black tutors, but he's not on Enlightened Tutor now that I think about it. No, he's not. Okay. But going back down to this Mulligan, we do have part of our Breach package that's really cool. We have, though, our Memories Journey in our hand, which is not my favorite. And since we're on the second 7, it's kind of like, we have other ways to, we have, like, remember we are running the notable, if I can find it. Where is it at? We are running, yep, Turn the Earth. This is another version. It just costs a little more to get the cards out of the graveyard. Let's see, into the Flood Maw. I can see this one. I can hear argument for this one. I could see turn 1 Deathrite Shaman into turn 2 Soul Ring. And then what else? I don't have any tutors or anything though. Nah, let's see a 6. Okay, I'm surprised. You always do have a turn 1 play. Every hand has been a turn 1 play. Hasn't been permanent mana, but it has been a turn 1 play. We got a Force Will online. We get going 3rd, so that's not terrible. No black mana though. Let's go see a 5. Simian Spirit Guide again. Okay. I think we have to go down to 4 because there's only source of mana is the Simian Spirit Guide. Let's go see a 4. Okay, this is it. Oh, okay. I think we found our 4. What I see is a turn 2 of Symbiosis into a Noble Hierarch. That's turn 1. Turn 2, and we can keep one of these lands. I think black is more important, especially because our Noble Hierarch does not. Is black more important or is red more important? I think black is more important in this list. Yeah, black's way more important. So we keep 1, 2, 3. Maybe turn 2. Okay. This is where I am not the original ruler of this list. I know for sure we're gonna put Sundering Eruption and Chrome Mox at the bottom. Okay, get rid of them. We're too low of a mulligan right now to want a 2 for 1 ourselves. The cool thing is though, is we can either set up for a turn 2 Time Twister or a turn 2 Hold Up Intuition. Notably using the Hierarch, the turn Timber Symbiosis, and a Veil of the Profane. Both of these are valid strategies, and I could see. Well, no, I lied. He does have white mana with the Noble Hierarch, so yeah, he should be fine. But I could see keeping this hand depending on what the pod composition is. I don't ever like doing turn 2 wills. Is my game plan, but I'm gonna mold it forward. So I can see where the intuition could be something. He could intuition for Sabine's Reclamate. Yeah, he could do an intuition pile if he wanted to. You gotta know. I wish I was the pilot. I would think that the intuition pile would be like, all right, y'all, you gotta give me Balustrade, Spy, Undercity, Informer, or motherfucking Sabine's Reclamation, so I can bring this one back. But the thing is though, I'd be hoping to get a 4th source of mana, and I don't know how confident that is. I think that actually just may be the play. I don't want to reset people's hands. I think bottom Time Twister, Sundering Eruption, and Chrome Mox, and then we'll just see draw for turn. Talisman of Dominance is not terrible. We can go for some turn 4 shenanigans. I know, I think that intuition power was correct, but the pilot can definitely let me know if I did that incorrectly. But I think, yeah, I thought 3 to 5 kind of thing. Let's see a fresh new 7. We'll re-roll our D8. We got a 1, so we're going first. And let's see who this is. First 7. Let's see, Shadow Skull Smashing. We do have a land. We have a Rite of Flame. Don't like to see the Narcomoeba into our hand. We have the One Ring as well. We just don't have enough mana for me personally to feel comfortable to lean on this hand. So let's go throw it away. We only have red mana. We don't. Even if this was like a black source into like a dark ritual, we could push out that turn one One Ring and just let that take us. But let's see a second 7. Okay. Surprisingly, we're seeing mana. And yeah, we have Turntable Symbiosis into an Ignoble Hierarch. So we can untap with 2 mana. Notably, we also have a Cabal Ritual. So, okay. And we have an whoa, did we just win on turn 2? Wait. Wait, fucking. This is a turn 2 win. I'll show y'all. Like, now granted, I'd say this, I don't know the full, way how he consistently gets out his Thassa's Oracle, but this is a full meal. So he draws 1 for turn, he can hold up. We just go Turntable Symbiosis, turn over for the Turntable Serpentine Wood, lose 3 life, and then you just cast the Ignoble Hierarch, and then you'll go to turn 2, draw. You have this gamble. All you'll do is go. I'm gonna go cast the Soul Ring because I like to get my 1-drops out first to like, oh, I'm not doing it. I'm just casting a Soul Ring. You don't have to wait for me to mess up. Then go boom. We'll float a colorless and tap this for black for a Cabal Ritual. So we'll float 3 black. That will resolve, and then we'll use a colorless and a black to push out this Undercity Informer. Okay. We'll push out this Undercity Informer, and then follow that up with then use this 1 black to activate Undercity, sacrificing itself, or we could sack another creature, but I think I would choose just itself. Target player reveals cards on the top of the library until he or she reveals a land card. Put those cards into his or her graveyard, and so we would just, oops, all spells. It works. Okay. Let's do 1 more. Okay, that was exciting. That was really exciting. Let's do 1 more. One more. All right, let's do 1 more. Okay. One more. Roll D8. Was a 2. We got a 3. Okay, let's see. First 7. We're going second because we have a 3rd. We got we do see the Balustrade Spy. That's fun, but we have no mana sources. So let's go see another hand. We have 2 lands. None of them produce blue, notably. So no fish out. I would lean on this hand if it was a turn, and we don't like seeing our Dread return in our opening hand either. So yeah, got to go down to 6. Okay, this may be something. Actually, I think this is something. Okay, Chromox, pitch Beseech the Mirror, play LED, and we have Breach. We're on a 6. I think we bottom the fish because we have 2 parts of that combo, and we have a Demonic Tutor. So all we need is 1 more source of mana, and we can win on as soon as turn 3, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, if we can get 1 more source of mana with this hand, we can go actually win as soon as turn 2. No, not turn 2. Because I'm thinking the Chromox has to pitch the Beseech the Mirror so we can start working towards either this Undercity Informer or this Breach combo. Notably, LED also can help pay for the Undercity Informer, so we just need more mana. So I'm thinking Chromox, the Beseech the Mirror. I'm just thinking Hope. Yeah, bottom the Mystic Remora. Let's just try this out real quick. We will bottom the fish, and we'll draw for turn. I don't know how happy or sad I feel about this. We don't have any way to cast it. And so my question is, for the pilot, how would you play this out? Let's just still go Chromox. Cast an LED. Pitch the black source. And let's just see what we get off the top, turn 2. We could go sink into super, lose 3 life on the backside. Tap this blue, tap this black, cast a demonic tutor. What we need is mana, I think. Yes, I think we need mana. Because we have 2 options. This is actually really interesting. Because we're using our demonic tutor now. Like I said, we do have this Undercity Informer, so we have one on turn 3. We just need more mana. So I think that's literally what we do. We do Undercity Informer. We just want to go get I would think either a green or a red source. This is actually a time I would go get Mox Opal, notably, because we have a Chrome Mox and an LED. I would just get the Mox Opal, play the Mox Opal to cast. Yeah, I think I think you should put Mox Opal in. I will give that a serious opinion. I think you should put Mox Opal in, because then you could D2 from Mox Opal, tap the Mox Opal to push out your Noble Hierarch, and then you'll actually, notably at that point, you could just go tap 3. Then I guess you want more permanent sources of mana, but yeah, when we go for colors though, I think I would go, we've already played our land for turn, so I think I would go get what color do I want? It doesn't matter because we already have our black source, but we can either be safe and guaranteed that we get our black source, or we could think about the fact that we need green mana in case we want to pivot to our Noble Hierarch plus casting our commander. That's not terrible. And we also have a breach in our hand, so a red source may be important. I think since we have a win on our next turn, let's just get the green source and shuffle, call that shit a day, and then go to turn 3. It's a carpet. That's fucking awesome. Okay, so we'll play this, turned over, lose 3 life, cast the carpet. I'll roll a d4 on spell table. I mean, on Moxfield to see what islands. They have 2 islands, so we just netted extra mana. That's fucking awesome. We'll go to our second main phase. We'll say, all right, let's make 2 black mana. Use this 2 black mana plus that. Cast this, and then we'll boom. Or no, do we want to actually push out the Noble Hierarch? Like, do we want to make 2 green mana? Like, no, this is crazy. Like, this is where I really would love to hear the pilot's opinion on this. We put it out, we make 2 green mana, use 1 to push out the Noble Hierarch, and then go black, blue, use that floating green to cast the Undercity Informer. My reasoning is this Noble Hierarch helps us get back the Dread Return and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And it may be good to have that creature out before we discard our hand to LED, floating whatever colors that the pilot knows what to do to push that out, and then on turn 3. This is very interesting. Yeah. Okay, for some goddamn reason this deck works. Okay. Hold the fuck up. How does this shit work? What the fuck? Okay. All right, folks. It fucking works. This is impeccable. Yo, this is crazy. The deck fucking works. In not one universe would I think that a 14 land deck works. Maybe we're running too many lands, even post-ban. Wow. I definitely think Mox Opal. I definitely think you should add Mox Opal. I think you're on 16. You're on 16 artifacts. Mox Opal will make it 17. I definitely think the Mox Opal will be great. I can even see you taking out maybe Curse of Opulence for Mox Opal. Maybe. It does give you treasures for attacking the players, which you're running a good sum of dorks. You're running ways to make tokens. You have a cheap 2-mana commander, so that may be a thing that you see come up more often. Looking at your sideboard, if you add Mox Opal, you can always add Jewel Amulet. It may slow you down because you have to put mana into it, but there's more ways to help turn your Mox Opal online. I will say that I don't know if you need the whites package. I'm thinking the Tamayo is for your Mox Amber. I'm thinking Teferi is for another silence effect that I don't know if you need. I do like the Wild Canter. I think this would be an awesome include. Looking at your sideboard, yeah, I think this would be an awesome include. And Lotho's interesting. You're not on that many white sources for real. So I think looking at your sideboard, maybe Eldritch, because you can get rid of your dorks and do Thassa's early game, and like that is a thing. Birthing Pod, it's a lot of mana to commit to it, and like that's one thing I did notice. We didn't see a crazy amount of like committed mana. We saw like even in game in our first hand, it was like mull down to 4. In our second and third playtest hand, it was literally just like temporary mana. First one was Cabal Ritual, the next one was we were about to LED our hand away to do the combo. So it was interesting. Yeah, I think Wild Cancer definitely has a spot in this list. Definitely. Like, call me crazy. If you had to make a switch out, maybe Ragavan, but color fixing is huge in a 5-color deck. Maybe Snapcaster Mage. Because like, I mean, I get this is recursion, but I'm thinking like maybe even Spellseeker. Like, I'm thinking about like, what can I do? Like, I actually would be interested to hear more on Molten Gatekeeper. Whenever another creature, like having the Unearth, I guess is cool because it's another creature that you can bring back from the graveyard. So I guess this may not be an expendable one, but my thought is like, let's lean into the temporary, maybe even Valley Flood Caller. Like I've recently had a discussion with a guy where he talked about, I wasn't running Valley Flood Caller in my Marnius list, but I was running Born Upon a Wind. And he was like, well, how often do you win at instant speed? I was like, well, not very often, maybe like 0.5 to 1 times out of 10 games. It's more of like, I like using it like as a cantrip, more like instant speed, like kind of do some shenanigans here and there. But the main reason was because I heard a very wise brewer said, he was like, when you don't run instant speed ways to win, you close your window, you lose 75% of your chances to win. Like your windows to win go from 100% of windows to 75% of windows. And I think that Valley Flood Caller is cool because you can win at instant speed, and that's great. But then the question is, would you rather bolster your 25% window, which is during your turn, or would you rather have a flimsy, like a slightly weaker 25% and a flimsy 100% window? That can be the thing, because you're not on necropotence, you're not on you're not on necropotence, you're not on like your own course on breach. You can do breach at instant speed, and all that's great, but there's a universe where like I understand these are very important, and I'm still kind of play testing this idea of, let me just make my 25% so strong and have a lot of interaction. Granted, yeah, my decks run, I love a lot of interaction because that's my preferred playstyle over staxing out the board. So yeah, dude, like I would say think about those 2 cards heavily. For inclusions, I would think Mox Opal and Wild Cancer. I think it will give you more hands that you can keep. I don't think you need the white package. Post-mortem lunge, I didn't get to look at this one. This is just Phyrexian. Return target creature card with a converted mana cost X from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste X at the beginning of the next end step. This is an interesting tech. It's notably only from your graveyard. I'm guessing this is in case you can't cast it from your graveyard, so I don't like, talk to me about your thought process in that sideboard. But yeah, those are the 2 cards I would say, yeah, throw Wild Cancer in, definitely throw Mox Opal in, Jewel Namia if you want more consistency for the Mox Opal. I could see Eldritch and Birthing Pod being these things, being able to get rid of these dorks and put them into something else, so that's cool. But I don't think you need a white package, dude. I kind of like your, I'm trying to win the game, I don't care about stopping my opponent's approach. Of course, we do got the force negation and all the other things, and noticeably, if you do decide to go the route of taking out Valley Flood Caller, you do kind of make force negation a little bit worse in your list, but it doesn't hurt to have interaction. It doesn't hurt. In addition though, but the thing is though, you're not really trying to win on your turn. You wouldn't be trying to win on your opponent's turn, so you wouldn't need it as much. So you could probably put another piece of interaction that may fit your deck a little bit more. Like there is a misdirection if you want to, or I've been loving this and I don't even play, like it's kind of control-y card, but Muddle the Mixture, it's a great way to say, hey, you can use this at any time by pitching a blue spell and casting this for free. And I tell people, post-ban, it's been feeling amazing. Probably pre-ban if I gave it more of a chance, but what it does is there's always a minimum of 3 upward of 6 legal targets from subtlety, which is your opponent's commanders. And with partners, there's up to 6 legal targets for this. And we talk about the weakness of stacks pieces. Well, if this is in your hand, you can always just pitch your Into the Flood Maw to subtlety, and you time walk them. You make them to say either have to immediately draw that piece, or you can go, all right, I'm gonna go straight into I just need to time walk you just to go straight into my win, push my final fortune or whatever I want. So that's a really cool thing. And also it hits opposition H and other things where I'm seeing you really heavy on tutors. So I think this one, here we go, subtlety. This is a great one that I've been really loving. But I can see where some people say it's more controlling card. I play just in my mid-range decks nowadays, and there's not been a game that I have not played this and not seen a substantial impact to the game. It's been crazy. But yeah, dude, when it comes to this list is fucking awesome. I cannot take it after play testing it, this list is fucking awesome. It is viable, it works. I never thought in my life that I would say that a 14 land deck works, but it does work. We saw through the playtest hands. But now that we've done the review, it's time to do the rating. I want to say that if you all are interested in getting your deck reviewed, please check out our Patreon. You can also check out the link tree link down in the bio, where you can go ahead and check out our Thunder Legion, and you can get some coaching times with me. But if you're interested in our TC reviews and ratings, you go and just click the ratings, and then boom, you can look at our TC ratings go as so: platinum, gold, silver, and bronze. So platinum is our meta buster, i.e. this deck is busted. Gold is this deck is competitive, it can compete at a cEDH level. Silver is, it needs refining, is really close, and it can really get close to being competitively viable consistently at that cEDH level. And last is bronze. Let's go back to the drawing board. I think you have a great concept, but we may need to just start stripping out, like maybe adjusting the approach and the initial idea of what the list is trying to do, and then just kind of rebuild it. So what I would honestly give this deck, I can't believe I'm saying this, but this is a fucking meta buster. And just because this is a platinum meta buster, just because Brewer's Advantage, oh my gosh, if you pulled up with this deck to me and you told me nothing about it, you would get me every first game, maybe the second game. The third game is where I could see this maybe going from a meta buster to being competitive, and that's where you've added the redundancy of you add in the resiliency of the Snapcaster Mage and all these other spells that help you retry again. You have the Time Twister effects. You have the Echo of Eons to say, hey, I'm going to try again. Let's try again. The more I think about it, the more I love Echo of Eons in this list, because it says, we have mana, and I just want to let's just Echo of Eons, reshuffle the library in, and let's try again later. Yes, I just gave people a grip, but I'm not worried about my opponents. I'm trying to win the game. So, dude, that's really awesome. So, man, that's awesome. Damn, that's awesome. Awesome list, dude. Definitely would put it between the platinum and gold, but I'm just going to go and just tell you right now, there's not one pot that you're going to come in and this deck will not surprise them completely and entirely. This deck is awesome. Please keep brewing it. It's awesome, dude. It's fucking awesome. Thank you so much, Transmuter, and also Gamish and SG Wade. I feel like I've seen this pilot before. Can't remember where though. Y'all have built in an awesome, not just Ezio deck, but a Oops No Spells deck. Keep it up. I'm so fucking proud of y'all, and I'm so proud of the Brewers community for taking the time to build something that is so fucking viable. And so last thing I have to say is, if you're looking for more ways to support the show, we have a plethora. Everything from, as you can see, check out our Patreon community. You can join for as little as $3, and when you get to that $5 tier, you can move up to our Thunder Legion, where it's just like, yo, play games with TDC on his live streams, on his YouTube videos. But if that doesn't take your fancy, just go ahead and still join our ThunderConductor community. We talk brewing, we jam games, we just talk community content. We just really have a good time, and we uplift people. Same energy I come with. We're not trying to shut down ideas. Also, if none of that tickles your fancy, you just want to say, AT, I don't want the Patreon, the proxies, I don't want the merch, I don't want none of that. I just want to say one time for fun time, I love what you do and I want to support you. No problem. Check the link down in the bio. You can buy me a coffee. It keeps me up and keeps the lights on. But with that being said, y'all be easy. Peace.